Thank you, Ron. It's great to be back here again. Really appreciate hosting us along with all of the great people we've heard and those who are speaking next. Hi, everyone. My name is Ravi. I lead the data science practice here at Impetus. As Ron just pointed out, we are a service-based organization. We provide a lot of ML, AI, and other services for customers. And I just lead the data science practice, but there are other teams in the organization for cloud, data engineering, DevOps, and many others. And we are probably around 4,000 strong company based both here in US and overseas, and a lot of components. And right now, given everything you're seeing with AI, Gen AI, and Agentic AI, I just want to talk about what enterprises can do to kind of expand their, what they are able to do with these tools that are available today. And I really want to thank also my colleagues here from Google and BMC Helix who covered very key points, and that's something that will resonate in my speaking as well. And you can see that Impetus as a whole brings a lot of things to partner with your teams and enable you to do many things. And here, this is just an overview of the data science practice, talking about many things that we do under the umbrella of AI, Gen AI, Agentic AI, across many verticals that you see at the bottom and more that are not even here. But broadly, we work at all of your, data sources, could be structured, unstructured, could be, audio, video, text, and anything to kind of extract information, find patterns, find ways to kind of improve the bottom line and the top lines to kind of deliver value for your use cases. And this is not just the kind of specific aspects of data quality, or you may be looking at marketing or any other things, but it's a broader spectrum of things. And right in the top left, top right corner, you see Gen AI and Agentic AI. And that's something I'll drill more deeper into, which is primarily the focus of the session today. And the reason I had the slide up here is just to give you a glimpse of the our universe and how we help enterprises kind of make sense of the data. Because our capability is being able to bring data awareness, data analytics, and kind of help the organizations to make sense of their own data. And there's other components to this. Impetus has been established as a 25 plus year, 30-year-old organization, helping a lot of large enterprises take their old data from legacy systems to modern platforms, and that includes things like Google, AWS, and Microsoft Azure, and others as well. And what we help do is deliver value on the migrated data and the logic, and all of the things that I'm going to talk about here. And this screen is just a representation of that. Is kind of making sense of the data, building new capabilities, and extracting information from that. And in interest of time, let me just move forward. So just drilling deeper into the right top corner that we saw on the previous slide on GenAI and Agentic AI, we cover the gamut of all capabilities from the foundation side to the use cases and beyond. Right, so it includes kind of looking at what could be done for customers who are kind of starting off fresh. What is the GenAI strategy? What needs to be tackled from point of view infrastructure technology? How do you even start small? Without impacting everything else to build sandboxes and playgrounds. This is something that we have done time and again, and also working with all the cloud Gen AI services and Agentic AI services that are available today. And one key point I wanted to mention here is this is something that's been going on even before ChatGPT came on board. We were actually working with many of the deep learning techniques and the transformer models that came on, which also, Daniel had pointed out that kind of started the whole in Gen AI, growth, generative AI space. And we were actually in early phases of that kind of understanding how to help customers, because we were seeing a whole spectrum of data science problems and where all we can kind of play. And one key aspect of that we found in the process is all the thing about data readiness. Like obviously, enterprises are sitting on a lot of data, and this is not always clean data. And there's a lot of work that needs to go into data prep, data quality. But more importantly, for GenAI and Agentic AI now, it's all about contextualizing the data sources. The foundation is very key to all of these. So the agents and especially the LLMs that you use can kind of leverage and give you the right response, especially if you're building chatbot or if your model has to go find information it needs. And it's easy to kind of get it into a place where it should not be, or take a decision with that it should not. So enabling all that through data and model orchestration is another play that we have to focus on. And of course, all of this we are doing today for many customers across their whole capability. Some of them are on AWS, some on GCP, some on Azure. So all of them, we are trying to help them build the data and GenAI platforms, leveraging this AI services on those cloud hyperscalers, right? So that's something that we do a lot. And the enablers that we bring to the table are in terms of the agentic AI, enabling them to kind of leverage the embedding models and all the vector database. And this is a continuous process of improvement, because sometimes the data can also change, and that requires you to kind of retune and kind of figure out new techniques that you may want to apply. Sometimes cost becomes a priority, so in which case we may choose to use small language models, or in place of LLM. So it's all a question of figuring out the right balance, which is also important, especially when you're trying to kind of make sure your questions are being answered in the right way, because you want to make sure that the data is kind of enterprise data is kind of separated from the LLMs, uh, part of security processes and everything else that is required in enterprise. So RAG and fine tuning is important, as is prompt engineering, everything around building the prompt libraries for those situations. So we have a reference architecture, which I'll come to in a brief minute. But primarily, I just wanted to talk about the kind of use cases we work with and everything around the capability that we bring to the table as Impetus, the broader organization, to kind of help our customers. And this includes voice bots, chat bots, building knowledge bases, and enabling them to automate many of the processes wherever there's repetitive tasks that could be done, do it better, do it faster, and help and augment the kind of people already involved in kind of doing those solutions. And some of those aspects require you to protect the data, because you can't actually expose the data. There may be privacy issues. So we also have layers of synthetic data generation tools and capabilities to kind of bring to the table, as well as being able to kind of help the developers be more productive through many other techniques. Maybe even kind of trying to understand the logic in code bases, and so that we can help kind of understand and recreate the code, especially if it's a legacy code base. So that's something we do. But all of this is, POC mode, right? Typically, you're experimenting, you're doing things, but taking it to the next level, where you are actually kind of operationalizing them, putting them, deploying them, and moving that to production, is where also we are kind of helping many of our customers. And there's a lot of work going on in the space, especially on the platforms they've built. And this includes the governance pieces, the responsible AI components, and all of the app serving and app hosting, and all of the components around that. And one piece that's not listed here is the Gen BI aspect of it, because the text to SQL and being able to kind of answer questions and through a dashboard is something that we are already doing with many of our customers. And this is another piece that goes into the whole capabilities spectrum. At the bottom, you see the LLM APIs and hosting that we kind of bring to the table. We work with all of the API providers, could be OpenAI, Anthropic, and many others not listed here, and all of the cloud providers. So we also kind of help with sovereign AI components with specific other partners, and being able to kind of especially work with data clouds and other things like could be Databricks, Snowflake, and others. So there's a lot of things that we do in this space through what I would call a reference architecture, and that kind of builds on top of this bottom layer that you see here. It can be kind of taking all your data and kind of building out the solutions, and trying to kind of create the data pipelines and embedding pipelines and vector databases, choices of all of these. This is a cycle that goes continuously, like I mentioned earlier. And many components require you to orchestrate and build the prompt libraries and everything around this. So that's something we do today. And there are many other components in the middle part with the playground cache, agents, and many others. We have kind of looked at many of these available components, and we continue to do that and improve that for a customer base, to kind of recommend what could be done, what could be the best choice based on the data and what they see. And in addition, kind of building out the applications and hosting them with a lot of other components, could be responsible AI pieces, various others that we continue to improve and enhance. And at the top, you see a lot of LLMs. A lot of things are not even represented here, because the space is rapidly growing and many new things are coming out all the time. But this is a continuous process of innovation and improvement. That's what I wanted to share here. But what we have done starting from here is kind of build our own solution to enable enterprises to really make sense of the data with, especially with agentic AI. So we built solutions and also delivered similar examples to customers, which is what I'll walk through in the next few slides. Ron, I hope I'm not running out of time. I just want to kind of give you an example of what we do in this space, which is we've created something called AI Studio to help our customers kind of bring all the tools and capabilities under one umbrella. This is just a one panel screenshot, but there's also a demo we can kind of do for many of you if you're interested. It kind of includes your processes to kind of analyze data, build autonomous solutions, document summarization, image interpretation, insight pilot, which kind of takes your data. Kind of, you can ask questions on it and do a lot of things with it. In fact, I'll walk through that briefly. There's also agentic RAG related work we do, and many others. And so there's too many things here, and this is kind of list is growing. So this is a studio kind of a thing. It's kind of being in a process of being development, but I just wanted to give you a glimpse of it. But I'll kind of drill a little more deeper into Insight Pilot, which kind of helps you answer questions on your data. Like say you have a retail store and you have data for all products. Now you want to ask a question. You could basically speak to your data. It loads the data. There's actually backend agents that are being used to kind of analyze this whole data set, and you could essentially connect to multiple data sources and kind of ask those questions. And you could also integrate those data sources. So essentially, in this case, is a data set where you can ask questions on a sales, quality, quantity, and profit, and gives you responses, quickly. And this currently is hosted on a cloud provider, but we are kind of improving it, enhancing it, and it can also do a lot of things around kind of giving you further analysis into the data. So you could essentially do all the data wrangling, data exploration through this tool itself directly. So it kind of you can ask questions on like show me the outliers and it'll plot them out for you, and many other things that are feasible today. Right. So broadly, the tool kind of brings in various concepts of being able to accelerate the development with agents. And this is just one slide summarizing what all is feasible today with that tool. And primarily, it's all about democratizing the analytics, right? So every user can use this tool, be able to ask questions and see the insights very quickly. So this has actually helped us shorten the time span from weeks to like seconds and minutes. We can get answers quickly, which earlier used to take many days. And it's all built on secure environments, and ensuring the data privacy is the critical piece. So, and also making sure that we are optimizing the resources effectively. But all about how do you kind of integrate it into the existing environments and make sure that we are able to kind of help the users without technical backgrounds be able to ask questions and just get answers. Because a lot of times the business analysts, they don't have deep knowledge on data science, ML, machine learning models, but they have an intuition, and this kind of tool can help them kind of get there quicker, faster. Right. So being able to instantly get insights and iterate on those, improve those, and visualize the relationships between data and various attributes. So broadly, there's a lot of components in this, and we are actually leveraging some of these tools for our customers. And here also, I just want to kind of talk about being able to do this in real time. So we actually have this tool that can actually you can connect a data source, and you can actually do many pieces of this today with smart visualizations and trying to kind of make sure that you get the best out of the data fastly. One related aspect of this is looking at how we are helping our customers in this space, right? So Agentic AI is growing. It's really transforming how enterprises are doing business, and they're seeing value in use cases like, it was mentioned earlier. And this is work we're doing for a customer in the insurance space. We're actually doing Agentic AI based intelligent document extraction, using agents to kind of improve the data extraction pipelines and workflows, so that any kind of document that they're placed in the process can be analyzed with LLMs and compared against ground truth. So the agent will take your input and kind of go find the right response and come back based on what you have set as a goal. And primarily, this customer is looking to kind of improve the way they kind of process these documents, because the insurance customer, there are thousands and thousands of documents, and it's manually difficult to look at each of them. So they need a process that will kind of do it fast in a very smart way. And primarily, it's all about improving the accuracy as well, because the processes that they have are kind of low in terms of accuracy. Kind of how do you kind of improve that whole system? And it's not that the humans are taken out of the loop; they are actually monitoring this whole process and ensuring that the performance is improved over time. And for this, we are using many tools. Could be line graph and LLMs, GPT-based LLMs as well. But primarily, this is something that's ongoing, and we are also in the process of building out a UI to kind of help the users validate the results, make sure the ground truth is validated, and everything that's generated. Just wanted to give you a glimpse of this. This is work in progress. We are still kind of validating the process and the outcomes out of this. Similar to this one is another work for the intelligent document processing we have delivered to another customer, financial services customer. So here the goal was to kind of extract entities, and kind of make sure that we are pulling out information from different kind of documents. And in this case, it's all about looking at invoices, checks, coupons, money orders, all of this on a day-to-day basis that this customer is dealing with. Here, the goal is to kind of make sure that the process is, very, very, accurate, because a lot of times this includes payments, and you have to make sure that the right information is extracted. OCR is one way of doing this, right? So we are enhancing that, improving that with specific LLMs we bring to the table, kind of improving the performance and making sure each step of the process can be managed more effectively for document handling. And the goal for this tool and this offering for them was to make sure that we're building a customer 360 capability to make sure that every customer that processes, that submits invoice, check, or every check that goes through them, their visibility is through end to end. So essentially, you can see it may be one invoice to many checks, or one many invoices to one check. So the whole process can vary, and it depends on customer to customer, and they have a lot of capabilities they need to bring to the table. So we kind of started deep learning models and tried out multimodal LLMs and a lot of other things to extract information from these images and categorize them into different types of documents, could be invoices, checks, and so forth. So this is work again completed, but around this, there are a lot of other things with Agentic AI as well for this customer that we have delivered, including chatbots and both internal and external knowledge-based creation and many other things. So this is work in progress with over 10 different use cases kind of delivered to them already, and many more in the process of being created. Again, similarly, one more use case is for a airlines customer, and for them, we have done many things, including building out a platform. Even for the previous financial services customer, we're in the process of building out a GenAI platform that helps them kind of extract ingest all the data, kind of analyze the data, and then we can kind of help the users kind of build out their, use cases on top of it. So similar thing, we have already kind of initiated, and it's in work process of being created for this airline customer, for whom this solution was created for a HR training agent and content generation. So essentially, looking at kind of helping the employees, log through a lot of documents that HR has, and being able to kind of create a conversational AI interface, being able to take those questions and answer them more effectively. So it's available 24/7 and gets faster response, as opposed to, you send out an email to HR and wait for your response. This is always ready to kind of run this hosted on AWS. So a lot of things that we have delivered for this customer, in addition to building out this whole platform. Broadly, the capability is to kind of enable you to kind of make sure that this all is done very, very responsibly. So there's a lot of very minute attention to detail in terms of being able to kind of make sure that the response generated is validated and ensured. So there is Bedrock agents we're using here, and many other components behind the to ensure that the users are actually getting the right responses. Now, of course, like this, many other use cases that we kind of working with the customer. I just wanted to give you a brief overview of just few of them. That's work ongoing with Agentic AI. But with generative AI itself, there's many other things that we are doing, and which is why I titled my talk as increasing the GenAI footprint, because this is the next improvement on GenAI, which is the Agentic AI, and this will kind of improve this further. Similarly, we are just in the process of submitting, interesting, RFP for a customer, which is primarily looking at an entertainment, you know, uh, service provider. They're looking at kind of enhancing their whole platform with Agentic AI, because they want to kind of target new users, being able to kind of answer questions, being able to kind of look at video streams. So a lot of interesting things, and there we are kind of adapting MCP servers and a lot of other agents for specific tasks. So the team is kind of really excited to kind of be involved in this phase of the generative AI growth, and we see a lot of traction in terms of the kind of use cases that are being created.